drummers drumming, 11 something something. I don't even know this song. Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another day of my 12 days of Christmas. Oh my gosh, we're almost to the end, guys. Almost to the end. I've had such a fun time doing all these Christmas videos. Like I said in my very first 12 days of Christmas, I'm not a huge Christmas person, but doing this definitely got me a little more into the spirit, and I love to share all these things with you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. So today I'm so excited. As you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to be sharing with you my aunt's secret recipe. No, it's not really a secret, but it's like her famous tamal recipe. Tamales, for you guys who don't know what a tamal is. I'm half Mexican, so for Christmas we definitely go in with a lot of tamales. They're so good. Like, it's the only time of the year that I really have tamales. You have to make tamales like special. Tamales and Christmas are meant to be together. It's definitely something that I wait for every single year, especially these ones from my tia Feos. She was so gracious to allow me to film her cooking this batch. Tamales are seriously so labor intensive, but damn, they're so good. So I just wanted to share with you guys this recipe here. Just look at that steam. Oh, it smells like Christmas to me. If you guys have never tried a tamal, I hope you guys get a chance to try one. Just one in your lifetime. And this extra little piece that hangs on the hoja, on the leaf. It's like a bonus. You guys just need to like take in this beauty right here. It doesn't look like much, actually. It doesn't look like much, but I just wish I can just like feed you guys this deliciousness. Like, here, go ahead, eat. And you put like a dollop of sour cream. Oh, it's like, seriously guys, I'll be here. So while I am enjoying that tamal, we are going to begin by making these delicious pork tamales with a red salsa. We are a large Mexican family, so my aunt tends to make these tamales in large quantities. This recipe yields about 60 tamales. So the first step is to soak your chile California in hot water for about 4 hours. We are using a pound of these chiles, which we will be using for our sauce. We must also start by boiling our pork. My aunt has already pre-boiled a boneless pork leg that is about 13 pounds with a whole onion and a whole head of garlic. You let it boil for about 2.5 to 3 hours or until the meat is soft and fully cooked. So for the salsa, you are going to take your soaked chiles and you take all the seeds out. You can use the same water that it was soaking in to help get them out. And just add 1/2 pound of them to your blender. We are going to make the sauce into 2 batches, that way our blenders don't overfill. We add in 5 cloves of garlic, salt. Real chefs seem to eyeball everything, so my aunt is no different. I'm going to say this is about a tablespoon of salt. And then also add cumin to taste. My aunt uses about 1.5 tablespoons. Also, using the pork broth from our boiled pork, we are going to fill just a little more than half of our blender with it, just to get the blender going. We are also including that cooked onion, and we are adding 1 tablespoon of flour to thicken the blend. Add 3 Roma tomatoes to this batch here, but in total we will be using 6 Roma tomatoes for our entire salsa. We have to separate the batches into 2, so 1/2 pound of chilies first and then the next 1/2 pound after, or else our blender will overflow. So set your blender to high speed and go. So now we are going to make our second batch of salsa, doing the exact same as the first batch. So we are now ready to cook this salsa that we just prepared. So we are just adding some masala oil to a pot just to, get it cooking. And we pour our 2 batches of our salsa into a giant pot. And then we bring our freshly brewed salsa to a boil. You know when it's done when it stops bubbling, and our total cook time was about a 1/2 hour. So moving back to the pork, once it's semi-cooled down to the touch, you can start shredding it apart. We like to have bigger chunks of pork with every bite, so we are being pretty generous with our shreds of pork. You can then take spoonfuls of the sauce and lightly coat the pork. You don't want to throw in all the salsa in at once, just gradually add more and more until you see that all the pork is covered but not drenched. So now you're halfway there. Kind of. I told you tamales are so intensive. We haven't even began the laborious part yet. So to wrap up these little delights, we are using corn husks that you can find at your local Mexican market. I live in SoCal, so we have a lot of them around here. For our masa, my aunt likes to get it from a Mexican grocery store in Downey, California called Amapola. They seriously have the best masa and everyone knows it. Expect to be in line for a while as everyone is stocking up with masa, especially around this Christmas season. So once we have all our necessities at hand, the clean corn husk, oh yes, I forgot to mention, diligently wash those corn husks so we don't have any like little dirt or grime in our tamales. So we have our corn husk, the masa, the meat, and the extra salsa we left. So we are ready to start wrapping. This is the intensive part because it legit feels like an assembly line. We got together as a family, which is the best part about tamales. It's such a family affair. One person scoops the masa, and a pro tip is to use an ice cream scoop for equal measures. I spread the masa on the husk evenly with the back of a spoon, concentrating on the center of the husk, and then another person puts the meat with some salsa and then wraps it up. You can use a bit of masa on the edge of the tamal while wrapping to seal it into place. We basically use the masa like a glue. If your corn husks are a bit small, you can also use the masa as a glue, like I was saying, to put two together and then use that one as one big one. So once the tamal is wrapped in the corn husk, you wrap it again with sandwich paper, it's called. It's just like a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You can find this like at your Smart and Final or like Costco, I'm sure. It's basically what they use to wrap hamburgers in. So we start by piling them off to the side and they become the first batch to cook. A pro tip is to make sure they are all facing the same way because you want to place the butt of the tamal, the bottom of it basically, on the bottom of your pot when you go in to cook them. So to cook these babies, line up all the tamales with the folded part of the bottom, like I said, and then you can start piling some of the others however you'd like. There are special pots to cook these tamales, especially if you are making as much as we are here. It's like these very large and in charge pots, and it has basically what you need is a pan with holes so that the tamales don't actually touch the water inside the pot, but they're just being steamed to perfection with this little dish that has like all these little holes in them, if that makes sense. I will leave a picture here. So we cooked ours for about an hour and now they are ready to eat. Nothing better than freshly steamed tamales. Last step is to enjoy with family. Thank you so much to my tia Feo and my tia Alice for allowing me to film this special tradition and share it with you guys. So that is it for this video. I know it was a different type of video. I have never done food on my channel because I personally cannot cook, but I just had to share this Christmas tradition because it is not Christmas without tamales in my family. I would love to hear traditional meals that your family enjoys. Please leave me a comment below. I love hearing about food and culture and everything like that. So I'm super interested. I'm serious. Please comment below what your traditional meal is. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for my final day, guys. My final day of my 12 days of Christmas. Wow. So please give this video a like if you did enjoy it, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys all, you guys know, tomorrow. Bye, guys. God, I'm like salivating so much I can barely talk.